Hi there, Kermit the Frog here. The person who normally runs this thing, he's okay, don't worry. He's good. Today I'm going to be telling you a tale. An amazing tale. Hold on, let me look at the book. It is by Brendan Powell Smith. Here, Smith. Smith, of course. I don't know how I'm gonna say this with YouTube monetization, but this is gonna be a part 1 of a series. Yeah. I've memorized the book in my head. Chapter 1, Andrew Jackson. January 30th, 1835. A cold, damp January morning in 1835, Andrew Jackson exits the Capitol building, where he has just attended a funeral service for a congressman. Leaning on his cane, and on Treasury Secretary Levi Woodsbury for support, the 67-year-old, president approaches the Capitol steps, unaware of the danger just behind the next pillar. Suddenly, a flamboyantly dressed man emerges in front of the president with a pistol aimed directly at Jackson's chest. Standing only 6 feet away from his target, he pulls the trigger and a loud bang is heard. Jackson is momentarily stunned but unhurt. Realizing it was a misfire, the man quickly discards the pistol and produces a second pistol from his coat. He takes aim at the president and pulls the trigger. You're not going to believe this next part. Another loud bang, but the second pistol also misfires. By this time, Jackson has become outraged and charges at the assassin with his cane. My man failed severely. Several others assist in taking down the attacker, including Congressman Davy Crockett. Richard Lawrence thus stepped into history as the first person to attempt to assassinate a U.S. president. Children at home, listen, an assassination is not good. Not fun. Not good. Don't do it. Born in England, Richard Lawrence came to the United States with his family at the age of 12 and settled in Washington, D.C. He was described as a mild-mannered, well-behaved boy. He worked as a house painter until his early 30s, when those who knew him say his personality underwent a radical transformation. Quitting his job, Lawrence grew a mustache, began purchasing extravagant outfits, like someone I know, Miss Piggy, specifically, and Gonzo. Oh, where was I? Quitting his job, Lawrence grew a mustache and began purchasing extravagant outfits that he would silently model in his doorway for passers-by, sometimes changing outfits 3 or 4 times a day. He would also rent pairs of horses and hire a prostitute to accompany him on regal processions through the streets of Washington. Believing himself to be King Richard III of England, He explained to his bewildered sister and her husband there was no longer any need for him to work. The U.S. government? I'm too old for this. The U.S. government owed him a vast sum of money. First off, one, if you think someone owes you money, specifically the government, you're probably already on multiple lists. But, anyway, Lawrence saw President Jackson's opposition to the establishment of a national bank as holding up this payment. In the weeks before his attack, Lawrence was overheard talking to himself in the paint shop, saying, "Dang him, he does not know his enemy. I will pull out a pistol, erect the gallows. Screw General Jackson." Who's General Jackson? At his trial, Lawrence was prone to wild rants and refused to recognize the legitimacy of the proceedings. At one point, saying solemnly to the courtroom, "It is for me, gentlemen, to pass up upon you Tupac, Eminem, whose work, my brain is broken, to pass upon you, and not you to pass upon me." In the end, the judge, jury, and even his prosecutor, famed composer of the Star-Spangled Banner, Francis Scott Key, were convinced that Lawrence could not be held criminally responsible for his crime. He was therefore acquitted but confined to the end of his life to the Government Hospital for the Insane, Washington, D.C., now known as St. Elizabeth's Hospital. Later testing of the pistols by Lawrence in the attack, they found them to be working perfectly. So I don't know what happened there. Firing successfully and accurately, it has been said that the odds of both pistols misfiring is 1 in 25,000 to 1. It is likely the damp weather contributed to the failure. But, don't do that. That's bad. Real bad. President Jackson was seemingly undisturbed by the attempt on his life and had become accustomed to receiving death threats by mail. One such letter reads, "You danged old scoundrel, I will cut your throat whilst you are sleeping. I wrote to you repeated cautions, so look out or you're screwed, and you'll be burnt at the stake." It was signed by the acclaimed Shakespearean actor for Genius Brutus Booth, with the postscript, "You know me, look out." I'm sorry, my good sir, I don't know you. Try again some other day. Though it was dismissed as a forgery at the time, 175 years later, scholars verified that the letter was indeed penned by the father of John Wilkes Booth. You know, the man that tried to kill Abraham Lincoln? I'm gonna say this was a really good session. I'm telling tales, and now this tale of the attempt of assassination on Andrew Jackson has come to a close. Thank you for listening. Or just putting it on while you clean. Still makes It mean a lot to me. Thank you. Kermit the Frog, signing off. Yeah!